Hey, this your boy RDP, man. RDP Outdoors out here. About to try to do a little fishing again, but check me out like my boy the mailman say, check me out, little stinker boo. Got my GoPro hooked up, got my backpack on with my little fishing rod. And look here, man, this bike right here, Walmart special. This bike is probably 20 years old. It's outlasted every bike that I've bought. It probably was $100, but it's still standing strong, man. So listen, here's what we're gonna do. I came out here the other day. I brought y'all with me out here. I think this is John Paul Park in Katy. Didn't catch nothing. But there are several lakes out here that I didn't even try. I just kind of gave up on it, you know, without actually giving it a decent try. And hell, I don't even really know what I'm doing. So we're gonna get out here, man, and we're gonna see. And if nothing else, listen, it's a beautiful day in Houston. It's like 75. Vitamin D, soaking that all in, man. It's so good for your immune system and for your health. I'm gonna jump on the bike, man. We just gonna hit up a couple spots. As soon as I get out here, without having to bore you, I'm gonna turn the GoPro on, man. I'm just gonna let it run. I'll try to edit out, if I have time, a bunch of the nonsense, which will be about 99% of what I'm doing. But we're gonna get out here and see what's going on, man. I love y'all. Be sure to subscribe, man, and share my channel. I'm trying to grow it, man. Trying to pick up some more subscribers so we can get some more people out hunting, fishing, and in nature. I'm a disabled veteran, man, and I would love to get some of you guys out here, some first-time hunters and fishers. So if you're in the Houston area, man, drop a comment below. Let's get together, man. Let's make it happen. All right, let's see what happens, man. Man, I meant to swap this water's shallow, it's hella shallow there. So we were saying that if the that bobber, if it goes flat, that means that water is too shallow, at least right there where we were. Let's try it. That's about a, let's see, what is that, about a foot, 18 inches? Shit, maybe not even a foot. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens with it. You gotta try. And I'm gonna cast over here since that the glare from the sun was killing my view of that bobber. This is what it's all about, guys. Like, even if you don't catch anything, man, just getting outside, getting some vitamin D, so healthy for us. You know, it's worth getting out here and seeing what happens, even if nothing happens. I think that's why our ancestors, our grandparents, you know, lived a lot longer, healthier life, at least a more fulfilled life, because they actually, you know, I don't think it was out of wanting to do it all the time. I think it was just a necessity to survive. They had to get out and had to do things, you know. Working 2 jobs was kind of the norm just to keep your head above water. So you figure we work 8 hours, man, and we're completely exhausted. You know, they're working 16 hours and coming home and, you know, maybe having to do homework, you know, and those things, and they figured out a way to do it. They were tough. So when tough times happened, it wasn't a really big deal to them because they had been doing it already, you know. to switch the handle on this bell at some point too. There's another park out here that I wouldn't mind trying. I just been in traffic right around now. If you live in Houston, you know what I'm talking about. It can be bananas, you know, getting home. So it's a little bit deeper here. Let me try something. All right, guys, we back at it. I had to change the reel over here from the left side to the right side, and I meant to do that the last time we came out and fished, but I didn't. I think I got my depth where I wanted at. We got a couple more bridges we're gonna try. See what happens, and then I may go back over to where we were the other day and see if I can get in front of one of those canals or those water inlets. See if I have a little bit better luck. It's a lot warmer today. Figure fish may be moving, but what do I know? See what happens over here. I tell you what, man, if nothing else, this beats staying in the house. And I currently have, those of you who've been following the channel, you've seen me out on my John boat with the mud motor on it. I have that thing listed on Facebook Marketplace. I'm trying to get it sold because controlling that thing and actually getting those jugs, you know, I do some catfish jugging. Getting those jugs is literally the most difficult thing ever. So I'm trying to get a regular outboard so that I can go out, you know, by myself and not have to be so worried about overshooting, you know, the jugs and picking them up and that whole thing. And I don't have to wait for somebody to go with me, although it's always good to have somebody go with you when you're fishing, just for safety. But it's not a must. If I have a little 5 horsepower, 10, 15 horsepower outboard on there, I could just go drop in myself and get out there and run those jugs and do some catfishing. But we'll see what happens. Let's get over to another bridge, see what happens over there. All right, guys, I'm back on the bike. We headed back to a different little bridge to try to fish. Actually, I'm gonna try over there again where I broke my daggone jig off the other day. See if I can set the bobber a little bit shallower. See what happens over there before I head across the street. But hey, I'm out here. Look at me, I'm on my bike. Being real throwbackish. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna go see what's up, man. It's your boy RDP, man. Y'all holla at your boy. I'm out here. I'm gonna be out here as much as I can be. You trying to get out here with me? Holla at your boy. All right, guys, so we crossed the street. There's pretty good brush piles over here. If this jig still isn't working over here, I'm gonna have to swap it out. See if they just like a different color. Nothing wrong with adjusting what you're doing if it's not working. Same thing with life, right? Something ain't working, it might just be you that needs to change. Come on, show me some love. I don't even know if I'm working this jig right. I'm still figuring it out. I don't know what kind of action it's got under the water, if I'm doing too much, too little, too fast, too slow. But hey, it's trial and error. It's gonna be so nice in the springtime. Speaking of weather, I think we have another freaking Arctic blast that's gonna blow through the US next week. First few days of February, starting tomorrow. I think it's gonna get a little cray-cray. I'm gonna get it about, let's see if I can get over here. I'm gonna give it about another cast or two, and then I'm gonna swap out these color that I got working here. See what happens over here. Because that might be it too. Dude, I enjoy the cold weather a lot better than I do the heat, especially the Texas heat. But it's nice every now and again to get those days like today, like in the middle of the week where it's like 75 and just gorgeous. Gorgeous out here. Try to get right up next to this brush pile. Probably lose it. Daggone. Oh, probably lose it. Get out of the way. Probably lose my. Well, that sucked, Robert. God, I gotta be the worst fisherman. I'm glad I hunt a lot better than I fish. But then again, hey, that's why I'm out here, right? Trying to learn. Oh man, there we go. Stopped it right before it got too deep into that madness. Just my luck, there'll be fish over there. And then every cast I'll be playing with fire, trying to keep it out of that nonsense. Hey, I promise y'all, I'm a lot better fisherman of other things than crappie. I'm just trying to learn this, man, and I just figured I'd take you guys on the journey with me. But I know I keep throwing the invitation out there for anybody that wants to come fishing, and I promise you, it's not always it's not always as bad as it's been the last couple of trips. I promise you. But even if it is, even if it was, man, to be out with some good company, right, enjoying some laughs, I don't mind being the butt of jokes, especially when it comes to fishing, because I'm still learning. I fished a little bit as a kid. My uncle and grandfather used to take us out. My uncle, he would go out on this boat, Lake Somerville, and crappie fish, and he would drop me and my cousin Freddie off at a place and leave us some bait and a small tackle box, which I'm extremely grateful for. So we'd fish a few minutes, then we'd end up throwing rocks at each other and wrestling after we've lost all the bait and ruined all his lures and everything else. And my grandfather, he would take us out to fish, usually along under a bridge or something somewhere, Givens Creek or Lake Livingston or somewhere like that. And what he would do is he catfish or bluegills, which we call perch. Growing up they were all called perch, but he'd set them in a rod holder, put bells on them, And then he'd start cracking cans open, and before you know it, we'd look over and he'd be asleep. But I tell you what, when those bells went off on those rods, man, he would jump up and we'd have a mess of fish going back home. And the one thing that we were good at was cleaning them. That may have been why they took us. That may have been our payment, because we definitely didn't get much else. It was fun though. There was something that just swam away there. But I've been taking the kids hunting, and we've gone fishing a couple of times. I'm just trying to become a better fisherman so that I can make them better stewards of the land, and they'll be able to get out and provide food for their families. You know, not have to go to the grocery store. Let's see what this is. Let me, I'm gonna switch this up. See if we have some. All right, we're back, guys. I swapped out for a darker colored jig, but it does have like some fluorescent, like a little fluorescent tail on it, so we'll see what happens with that. I tell you what I am gonna do, maybe this week, maybe even tomorrow, I might try some live bait, just because I know at least some bluegill will hit on that, so you can at least give you guys some action, so you guys watching me strike out on crappie every day. I tell you what, man, I could have got in, took a shower, sat on the couch, not burned any calories, not got outside, spoke to God, spoke to you guys, made any videos, which I promise I'm gonna start doing a lot better. But I decided, man, you know what? My stuff is ready to go, because I was just out here fishing the other day. You guys see that? See that setup I got there? Man, I'm gonna take this thing off, see if I have any luck that way. Got an orange jig head, and then I got this dark jig with a green tail. I don't know what it's called. I'm not even gonna pretend to be some kind of consummate professional at this. The last thing you guys need is another know-it-all, somebody that knows everything. I'd rather go through the ups and downs and the follies with you guys, right? So you don't have to feel so bad about your skills, and you know that there's somebody out here that's doing just as bad, and or if not worse than you are. And I think that's what we lose, especially with social media, right? Social media make it, everybody seems like they're doing so amazingly well. Well, that's what I didn't want to happen. Let's see if I can get this one. I'll put that bobber back on. Come on out of there. You guys bear with me. I probably shouldn't have did that. I think I lost it. Let's see. If I did, I'm putting that bobber. Yeah, I definitely did. It's way too light. Son of a gun. All right, so we broke another one off. It's not bad. I've lost 2 in the last day, 2-3 days. So I was just out here. Let's try down here. Something I got to share with you guys, if y'all are going to be on this journey with me. I do not like snakes at all. I usually have on my snake boots, but I didn't plan on coming over here today. I planned on staying up on the dock, and I doubt they're going to come out, considering the weather's been so cold. It's just happened to be a warm day, but if y'all see me walking kind of gingerly, like I am wondering what's going on in life, that's usually the reason why. I know we were talking about my grandfather earlier. We used to go fishing, and he would try to make us be quiet. He would say that basically the fish could hear us, and we were running all the fish off, making all this noise, doing this and that. But good times, man. And I'm glad he took the time out to teach me so much, because my father wasn't really involved, you know. And I'll tell those of you that are listening to this right now, and like you're like, I want somebody to teach me how to do these things, man, just get out and try. Get out and just do what you can, and you'll learn, you know, and you'll meet some people. I met some great people along this journey, you know, just fishing and being out in nature. Just amazing people who will bend over backwards to help you out and teach you what they can. And I will say, you got to take everything, you know, with a grain of salt, because everybody has their way of doing everything, and you just take a little bit of what you can use and, you know, throw away the rest. Come up with your own methods of doing things, but be a forever student. You know, successful people mostly are successful because they're coachable, which means they're always willing to learn despite how much they know. There's always something that you can pick up on. Makes life a lot grander. Learning, and you can teach, pass that knowledge down to the next generation. What I really want to do is help those that are, you know, in situations like me, in the sense of not knowing how to do a lot of things like this, and suffering from mental issues. You know, that there's an outlet, there's a way out. There's guys and girls out there that are suffering through the same things, that are willing to help you, you know, or at least share what's worked for them. People are, for the most part, pretty kind. You just have to ask. You don't have to go through life without the help you need, doing it alone. You know, I think God created Eve for Adam because he didn't want him to be alone. He knew at the creation of man that there's a possibility that man, speaking of snakes, there's one right there. And I could have walked up a few more steps. I don't know if you'll see it, but he's right there, kind of coiled up. So what I'm gonna do is let him have that. And I'm gonna call it a day. Hey guys, so no luck, but we got out there. We had another day of getting out in nature and talking to God, and man, I appreciate you guys just coming along this journey with me, reaching out to me, getting your messages. I love it. Had some fun till that snake came up on us. I don't really do snakes, man. Especially if I'm out here by myself, and the possibility of them being poisonous, and me not having anyone around to assist in case things went south. But we got out for about an hour, got some sun, rode the bike a little bit, which got some exercise. I think the next time we come out, we're gonna try to get some live bait and see how that goes. See if we can actually get some action, so I don't bore you guys to death. I try to share some of my experiences, life experiences, with you guys while I'm out here failing at, what's going on here? While I'm out here failing at fishing, so that the video isn't a total waste. So let me say I do appreciate you guys for hanging tough with me while I attempt to just become a better human being. I love y'all, man. Nobody's told you today I love you. I hope that you know that you're needed, that the world is a better place because you're in it. I hope you find your purpose, realize you do have a purpose, and that there's people that need you. I'm gonna get out of here, man, go home and chill out. See if I can find me a movie. I watched The Beekeeper last night. I'm gonna see if I can find me something else tonight. Y'all be sure to subscribe and like this channel, man. Let's blow this thing out the water. Let's get together and have some fun and some adventures together. I love y'all. Peace.